My name is Joel A. Martin. I'm a concert and jazz pianist and the creator and composer of Hipopera. Well, I was watching a movie, Black Panther, February 2018, and when I was watching it, all I heard was music in my head, but not the music that was coming out on screen. It was me. It was my music. And I walked out of there 2 hours later and said to my father and my two girls, I feel compelled to write an opera.
And so my boy.
Something sort of extraordinary happens when I hear this music. It isn't like anything else I've ever done. You know, it's very new, very fresh.
It's an evolution of a lot of the things that I already love. You know, the idea of jazz, the idea of hip hop. I'm enthusiastic about the presence of, you know, spoken word in this. I think that's really, truly powerful and missing a lot, because it still does have a connection to some of the more traditional opera styles that are out there.
I was so pleasantly surprised that modern type of music can sound eternally classical like that, plus having all the nuances of jazz and gospel and beautiful rhythms, non-traditional but mixed up with luscious, stunning, melodious lines. The choices I have to make will leave no one happy. I can tell Java I'm carrying Ruckman's song. Basically, what the voice loves singing most, this opera has it all.
Never have I seen the beauty of the hills and mountains of Ananda, and still rages inside me.
I think the scope of something like Hipopera that allows you to tap into every aspect of music you've probably ever come across in your life deserves to be heard by every type of person.
You don't deserve to be the king. Misfortune's guided you, a fantasy of your own making. Whatever your thoughts, you are weak to the core. 'Tis the time.
This music is unlike any music I've heard. It pulls on all kinds of influences, from gospel, of course, to the implied jazz and opera. But in the music, I hear Africa. I hear my ancestors in the music. It's interesting. I don't know how else to explain it, but since the first time I heard the music, it felt familiar to me.
With a baby boy, who is mine and mine alone.
As an orchestrator, it has many, many challenges. You never know where this is going. You think you know where it's going, but it's not going there. It's going complete opposite, 360. And you have to kind of underscore that musically. It's breaking barriers, moving into new eras. What Mr. Joel Martin here has accomplished to do is to make a piece of art that is very much deep in its perspective.
We're using musical theater, we're using spoken word, we're using rap, we're using world music, we're using a lot of jazz to create a story that speaks to the heart and speaks to the mind. Hipopera is about two sets of brothers and one woman who is the center of all of those things. And it's really the unintended consequences of a very interesting set of circumstances and trying to cover up the truth. You can never really cover up the truth. It always finds a way. In this opera, through a whole series of events, the truth makes itself known right into the last 2 minutes of the opera. So you don't even really know what's really going to happen. I'm very lucky to have this cast. They are all artists in their own way, and this music, I hope, will just illuminate that for all of them. This opera makes it possible to create relevancy for 2019 and beyond. There is something for everybody. If you're going to create art, you must create for people. You must create for your audience. It cannot stand in a bubble. It must live. If it's not alive, it's not relevant. If it's not relevant, it's not real.
The only thing that matters is truth and your intent.
Chaba is not the love that she wants. Her worries concern the opinions of people, the judgment of her.